Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you 5 things in Socrative. How to build a Socrative quiz, what a Socrative quiz looks like from a student's point of view, space race, exit ticket, and how to ask a quick question. First, you will need to go to www.socrative.com or download the Socrative Teacher app. I'm just going to use the website today. You as the teacher need to create an account. Students will not need to create an account, but you will. You can use your Google username and password to create the account. So click here at Teacher Login, select Sign in with Google. If you have choices, pick the account that you would like to use. And you're logged in. Now that you have logged in, notice this at the top of the page. This is your room number. You will give this to your students when you want them to log in to take a quiz. It's very similar to what you have to do with Kahoot. You will only have access to one room with the free version of the software, so your room name will always be the same. Now, let's go and notice these 2 tabs over here, Launch and Quizzes. These are going to be our main focuses for today. The Launch tab allows you to select what type of formative assessment you would like to get. It is your main page that you as the teacher sees when you log in. The next tab is the Quiz tab. This allows you to view quizzes you have already created, create quizzes, share quizzes with other colleagues, and import quizzes from Excel. There are other features on this page. However, you are not able to see them because they are for the pro version and not the free version of the software. So let's take a look at how to create a quiz. First, you will go over to the corner and press the orange button that says Add Quiz. From here, you will see 2 options, Create New or Import a Quiz. We will come back to the importing a quiz, but for now we are going to create a new quiz. Next, you are going to give your quiz a title. Our quiz is going to be called All About St. George Catholic School. You will see an option to add standards. This is optional and you can choose standards that represent your subject area. So let's say we were wanting to add standards to this, so I would click it. Let's say this was going to be a language arts quiz. I'm going to click Common Core Language Arts Standards for grade 4. And then I would select the standard that I want. Let's say it's going to be about drawing inferences. Next, you will choose your question type. So first I want to ask a multiple choice question. So I'm going to click multiple choice. I'm going to type in my question. Our question is going to be, what is St. George Catholic School's mascot? Notice over here I can add an image to my question if I would like. Then I would fill in my answer choices, tigers, bears, or dragons. And I would select dragons as the correct answer. Also, you can add an explanation to support your answer so students understand why they missed the question. So for this one, I would put, because St. George slayed the dragon. Then I would go back up to the top and press the orange Save button. Now, let's say I wanted to add a true-false question. I would click the purple true-false question at the bottom of my page and type in my question. So for this one, I'm going to use the question, the product of 2 times 4 gives you the number of 4th and 5th grade teachers at St. George Catholic School. and I would select the correct answer. I can change it from true or false. And then explain in my explanation that 2 times 4 is equal to 8, which is the correct number of 4th and 5th grade teachers at St. George Catholic School. Then I would go back up to the top, hit the orange save button, and save it. If I wanted to add a short answer question, I would go down here, click short answer, type in my question, why is prayer important at St. George Catholic School? Since this question could have a variety of answers, I would not provide a correct answer for this one because I would want to look at this one myself and grade accordingly according to the student's answers. You would then scroll to the top of the page, select Save and Exit, and your quiz is complete, and it's located now in your quiz area. Now let's say you wanted to import a quiz. You are able to import another teacher's quiz or upload your own that you created using an Excel document created by Socrative. I'm not going to show you how to do this because it's much easier to create it online than in the Excel document. The only time you would really benefit from using the Excel document is if you don't have internet access on a daily basis and you want to upload it whenever you get to school so that you have so you were able to create it at home. If this is something that is common for you, please email me and I will show you how to do it. But if you want to import another teacher's quiz, you would have to have their sharing ID for the quiz. This sharing ID can be found, I'm going to click on the quiz that we just created, and the sharing ID is always found at the top of the page. I'm going to copy and paste it today so that I have it for the next section that I want to show you. But usually you will have to just email it to your neighbor or your teaching partner. So if I wanted to import, I would select import and I would enter the code. And then I would import the quiz. And you can see it copied it and it's there for me in my quiz selection. Now that you know how to create a quiz, let's go back to the launch page and see how students actually take a quiz. The students can take the quiz in 2 ways. As an individual with the quiz option, or as a group in the space race option. Let's select the quiz option first. You would then select the quiz that you would like to administer. So I'm going to select the quiz we just created, all about St. George Catholic School, and click Next. Then you would choose your delivery method and settings. The first 2 options, instant feedback and open navigation, are student-paced. And the last option is teacher-paced, where you as the teacher guide the pacing of the quiz. I'm going to choose instant feedback for this quiz, and then I will select other settings for the quiz. It automatically requires their name and to show question feedback after each question for this type of quiz. I also like to select show final score because I like my students to know what grade they got when they're finished. And then I would press start. The live results page immediately shows on your teacher account. Now let's take a look at the quiz from the student's point of view. And we will come back so I can show you what happens to the live results page once a student begins to take the quiz. When students are required to take a Socrative quiz, all they do is go to Socrative.com or they pull up the app on their iOS, Android, or Chromebook device. They log in under Student, and they do not need a student username or login. All they need is that room number that was at the top of your teacher page. So I'm going to go back to my teacher page, and there at the top is my room name, Pray 7205. So I would provide that to my students and type in Pray 7205. They would join. They would enter their name. And their quiz is awaiting them when they get there. Now they would take their quiz. So what is St. George Catholic School's mascot? I'm going to say it's the Dragons. Submit their answer. You can see that it tells you the question, the correct answer, and the explanation. The product of 2 times 4 gives you the number of 4th and 5th grade teachers at St. George Catholic School. I'm going to say that's false, just so that you can see what happens to the live results. So I'm going to press submit. It tells you that it's incorrect, and then you would read the explanation as to why it was incorrect. But look on the teacher live results page. You're already getting those results, and you're able to see what the students are getting correct and what the students are missing. So I'm going to go back as a student and finish the quiz. Why is prayer important at St. George? Prayer is important because it allows us to speak with God. Submit answer. And then you would see that you didn't get that one scored because I did not provide the answer in the answer choices. So I would be able to go back and read that one and then go and put the score in. So now you can see that the quiz has been complete. It will let the student know that they have completed the quiz, and they can wait for the next activity, or they can just go ahead and exit out, which is what I will do now. Now the live results page is showing that the student completed the quiz. You would then hit finished, and you would be given an option to get a report, view a chart, or to launch it. Let's say you don't have time to do that and analyze. So I would just press get a report. You can get a whole class Excel document, an individual student PDF file, which would be good for use in student graded paper folders to show parents how they're doing on activities like this, or a question-specific PDF file that shows you what question was missed most, what the students got correct the most, things like that. You can email it to yourself, download it, or put it on your Google Drive. I'm going to go ahead and download it to show you what it looks like. And I'm going to open. And there are my results. And the only person that's taken it is Jessica, and she scored a 50. Woohoo! Okay, so from there, I would like to go ahead and show you how Space Race works. Remember, Space Race is an option that encourages students to complete work in groups. So if you wanted to do a group activity with Socrative, you would select Space Race. Then you would choose your quiz. I'm going to choose the quiz that we gave today. And determine your settings. So you would have to pick how many teams you have in your class. I'm going to say 3 teams. You can auto-assign or do it by student choice. Auto-assign, it does it for you. The students are placed in groups, and each student will understand what group they are when they log in. It will tell them at the top of the page. Or you can individually put students in certain groups based on who the students want to be with, or based on teacher choice according to ability level. Next, you get to choose your icon that you would like to do. I'm going to choose unicorns because you know kids at this age level love them some unicorns. And then we don't get to use the countdown timer because we are not using the pro version. Then I'm going to use shuffle questions. Because this is a group activity and students may be working together on this, I don't want them to have the questions in the same order. That way, if they are conversating about the question, then it won't, they won't learn from another group. And I want them to know their final score at the top of the page. So then you would press start. And this would pop up on your screen, the teacher's page, and the teacher can display this in the classroom. Now, if I was a student, I would go and log in, just like I did earlier. Student login, enter the classroom number, put my name, and I would take the quiz. And I want you to notice what's happening on the live results page. Team Blue's winning because, as you can see, I'm in Team Blue, and I've answered the most questions so far and gotten them correct. So that is what Space Race is. When I finish, I press finish, and I get the option to get a report again, view a chart, or to launch. I'm going to press get a report because I like to download them and save them to my computer. Or you could definitely do Google Drive so that it saves there. See guys, every time I log in as a student, it logs me out as a teacher, so I'm going to have to log back in. Okay, and the last thing I want to show you is quick question. Quick question is very easy and simple to do. This is like if you get an idea while you're teaching and you did not pre-make the questions, you can ask those questions, but still get all students to raise their hands and get involved in the question by answering the question using Socrative instead of just raising their hand. So with multiple choice, it would work like this. You would ask the question, what color is the sky? And you would say, A, the sky is blue, B, the sky is green, or C, the sky is pink. And your students would respond on their computers through Socrative that the sky is blue, A. And true, false, it's very similar. True or false, the sky is green. And the students would respond false. And then short answer actually gives you the option to type the question in. So what color is the sky and why? The reason it gives you this option is so that the students can make sure that they are answering all parts of the question since they are having to type out a response. And you can pick your settings if you want to allow unlimited responses and if you want to require the students to put their names in. So that is, and when you're finished with those, you can just press finished. That is what Socrative is and how you can use it in your classroom. I hope that you have enjoyed this. And I encourage you to go ahead and start creating some quizzes and using it so that when we meet face-to-face, our discussion will be very positive about its use in your classroom and different ways that you've used it. Bye. Have a good day.